All right, welcome back to the show. We're smoking up a 10-pound Boston butt Latin style today. We're going to show you how to get this seasoned up and smoked up. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. So we're ready to season our roast now. Like I said, we're going Latin style on this today. And this is a recipe that I just happened to make up. So we got some scallions. So this is an original. All of the recipes are original. Into the food processor they go. I got some garlic here. It's about a bulb and a half. And there it goes. And right here, I have a bunch of mixed spices. So I got some garlic powder, a little hot chili pepper, oregano, and a couple of secret spices in there. We're just gonna mix that up. There's no salt in here. So like I said, if you make your own rubs, you don't have to worry about over salting anything, because most of the rubs that are on the market today are probably about 60% salt. That's how bad it is, because salt happens to be a very inexpensive item, and it definitely costs a lot less than most of your spices. So it's a filler, the salt. All right, so we're gonna get this mixed just like that. This is how I do mine, and then into a bottle they go. But for today, just to show you guys this is what we're doing. And look how fast that is to make a rub. Experiment, use your own seasonings, and you can't go wrong. Don't rely on other people's rubs. That's what I say. And if you don't rely on other people's rubs, you'll have the best barbecue. Because when people come over your house, they'll say, wow, this chicken tastes excellent and it tastes original, or anything else that you're making. All right, so we got that mixed up. A little olive oil into the processor, not much. And we're gonna start to just blend. You're almost looking for a paste. You don't want to emulsify it, but just get a good little paste going on. All right, that's it. Let's show you what that looks like. That's the consistency that you want, just like that. And now we're ready for our pork. So we're gonna leave this here for now, and we're gonna come over to our pork. So here's our Boston butt, and the first thing we're gonna do is put some white distilled vinegar on it. It's gonna get out any bad things on the meat, even though it was rinsed and washed. It's always a good thing to put vinegar on your pork. And it's going to start to tenderize it. And just discard the vinegar after you're done with it. Don't go put that back in any bottles. Okay, so we got our vinegar, and now a good knife, and what you're going to do is start to stab this piece of meat up. This is going to do two things: tenderize and let us get our rub in here. And do both sides. We'll flip it over. And we'll do this side. Just like that. Looks like a lot of stabbing, but it's really not. Okay, now that we got that nice and stabbed up, into our vessel we go. Okay, so that's inside. We're going to go in with a little olive oil. Just to start it off. And here's our paste we just made with the garlic and the scallion. Start to get some on. Rub it in and start to get down into the holes with it. The holes you made, you'll be able to get your fingers right inside like I'm doing now. So find all your holes and get that marinade down into the holes. And you're going to use all of that marinade up as well too. Flip it over to this side. Get some more in there. Get your fingers down in there. And don't be scared to use a lot of it, because that's what you want. You want it to get down into those holes. And you want it to marinate that meat. All right, I got a couple of holes in front. I'm gonna fill those and just rub this marinade all over the meat. Just like that. Now that we have the marinade on, we're to go in with our rub. Just like that. Now, because there's no salt in here, you pretty much use as much as you want. So we're going to coat it nicely, front and back. Just like this. And you're going to use a good amount of this. And right before it's about to go on to the cooker, we're going to put a little chicken stock on the bottom of here, and we're going to salt it, because this is going to marinate for about 3 days, and you don't want the marinade to pull all the moisture out of that meat. And that's it. Get a little bit on the sides. And now you have a very nice piece of marinated meat with a good rub on it. All right. Go a little bit more olive oil. Just to get that rub loosened up. Flip it back around. And everything that's on the bottom, don't worry about. Because when we dump in our liquid, it's going to make a nice sauce for this panini. So you kind of want to leave all that down at the bottom. It's being cooked right in this vessel. All right, that's it. We're going to wrap this in the fridge. 3 days it goes. And then onto the cooker it goes. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, now that our meat is marinating, we're going to show you a quick corn relish. So you're going to need some corn, purple onion or red onion, a lime, some garlic, and a few red peppers. So the first thing we're going to do is get some of this corn just cut up. Cut right off the cob. And this is how I do it. Just like that. And it goes pretty quick. So you're gonna need a lot of corn. This is fresh ears, and it's not completely in season right now, but in the South we always have corn. A little less sweeter, but we can work with it. And that's the reason why I'm not really going deep into the corn. Just like that. And it goes pretty quick. Left some corn on that one. We don't want to waste anything. And I try to do the tops after I'm done getting the bottoms down. Just like that. And I like my little handle. All right. We got a few more ears to go. This is great for salads. You can put this on a lot of things, so it's not just for what we're going to use it for today. And I can't really tell you right now what we're using it for, because I want you to see this dish all come together. Now that was a piece of corn that wasn't 100% ripe, so I just left some of the corn on there. because I don't want this to get bitter. So you can use it for a various different amount of things. And the main thing I like it for is salads, because it's a go-to salad anytime you want. And it goes great for fish. If you smoke some salmon or something like that, it's great to go over top of it. And you never go wrong with a corn relish. Alright, so that's about as maximum corn we're going to use right now, because I feel I have enough for this dish. That went really fast. And now we're just going to get this corn out of here. And we're going to start to cut up our onions and our peppers. These are our red peppers, so we're just going to get a good little dice on them. You don't want them to get lost in here, but depending on the way your corn looks, you kind of want to match the corn to the pepper size. And I would say that's about it. It's right there. Into the basket we go. And this is a super easy, simple dish. To make. And it'll last in your fridge for up to a week. Alright, now I'm going to get some of this purple onion in here to show you how to dice this. And we're not going to julienne it. We're just going to let it fall like that. Just come in, give it some chops. Just like that. If you never used red or purple onion, we call it, if you never used one, they offer a very subtle, gentle flavor. It's a lot different from a white onion. So that's why I like to use them. And they also offer some beautiful color in there as well. So I'm going to go with the whole half onion in there and just follow up with the rest of my peppers. And some of these peppers I'm going to leave a little bit bigger. So we're going to have a little bit bigger, some smaller. And they'll all look beautiful in the salad. Now these are a little bit bigger, so we'll get those into the basket. Just give that a little chop. Into the basket we go with that. All right. Now with our garlic, I'm not gonna smash it because I don't want to release all of that potent flavor, so I'm just gonna chop it. And if you smash the garlic, the stronger it gets. I'll cut off those little tips because it's going in a salad. And I'm just gonna give it a couple of nice chops in here. And you want this to get lost in the salad, so nobody has a piece of big garlic in their mouth. So a lot of people don't like garlic. I happen to be a garlic lover, so I like to find the pieces in here. So that's what you want. Into the basket she goes. And let's go for our lime. We're going to roll it out so it gets all the juice up. Put that in there. And we're just going to give it a twist in there. Now you don't need a strainer because there's no seeds. There we have it. And we're going to follow up with just a couple of fine slices of this in here. It's going to add a little color, and it's going to add some flavor. And for what we're doing, you'll see why I did this. All right. There she goes. I'm going to use the rest of the lime here, but we're not going to use the rest of the skins. Just going to give it a good squeeze, get all that nice flavor out of there. That's it. All right. We're going in with a little salt, kosher salt, just a little bit, not a lot. This is just distilled white vinegar. We're going with that. Just a splash. And good extra virgin olive oil. We're going with a good dose of that. Maybe even more. All right. Let's give this a stir. And bring it together. And that is what you're looking for. And that is a corn relish. Now, you could see, if I would have put that corn in, it would have been too much. I'd have to start adding more of everything. So you try to keep it balanced. And it keeps you from making too much or too little. All right. That's it. Into the fridge this goes, and we'll show you what to do with it later on. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, this is what we're rolling with today. This is Masterbuilt's cabinet smoker. I'm using this cooker today because it's insulated, and it's going to do a really nice job on this roast. I'm leaving the house today, so I'm choosing a different cooker. It's going to just basically cook itself. And I love this cooker because it keeps the meat really moist and juicy. And I could add about 2 hours worth of smoke. That's all we're going with this today. Maybe 2.5 hours. And by the time I get back to the house, that smoke is going to be out. So that's what we're rolling with this today. This is going to be a gentle smoke. I'll leave a link in the description to this cooker from Masterbuilt. I'm not getting paid for Masterbuilt, but I'll leave it there because I think they offer a great product. And if I had 2 cookers to choose from for the rest of my life, it would be a Weber 22. And this has a lot to say from a guy that owns all these cookers. So let's get this on the cooker. All right, here we go. I'm rolling right now at about 250. I'm going to cook this at about 275. We're going to jack up the temperature. When I add the wood, The wood's gonna bring up the heat. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're about 5 hours into this cook. Let's see how we're coming along. Let's just get back. Look at that. She's looking pretty good. She's got some nice color on her. I want to get this a little bit darker. And about hour number 8, I'm going to wrap it right inside that pot with all that nice juice. So that's what we want. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're here. We're on the chopping block. Let's see what we got. All right. Look at that. Little plastic wrap trick. Keep that moisture in. So this was an 11-hour cook. Coming to the end, I brought the temperature down to 250, and this is what we got. I'm going to bring the whole thing out. Over to our serving bowl we go. Look at that. And I'm going to save all of that nice juice. And right now, I'm just going to start pulling this apart. The first thing I'm going to pull out is this bone. To show you, that is the Pitmaster right there. I'm going to stick it in the juice, and then I'm just going to rip it apart just to show you what we got. Look at that. All right, so for what we're doing today, that's about what I need. But look at those nice, juicy, tender pieces. Just pull apart. That's a Boston butt. Latin style. Right? I'm just going to pull half this and get these nice pieces on top. And there we go. And then here is all of our nice gravy. Now, before I went onto the smoker, I put a little added chicken broth in there. And then just a half a cup. And the rest of the roast made all that. So let's plate up. Let's show you how this looks on a plate. So first thing we're going to do is get our rice going. Got some fresh white rice. Into a bowl we go. Just like that. Just gonna rake this back. And right on top of this, we're gonna finish it off with a little bit of our bean salad that we made. Now, we didn't show you how to make this one just because of timing, but this is our bean salad. It's cold, and it's going on top of hot rice. When I say cold, I mean room temperature, but not freezing. But it can go right into the fridge right afterwards. So we're going to plate up with our rice. First, we're going to move our tortillas off to the side Homemade, of course. And we're gonna just plate up with 2 of them. All right, I'm gonna put these 2 on the plate. I'm gonna take some of this nice meat that we have here. Onto that tortilla it goes. A couple strands, just like that. Let's do the same for this one. Nice shredded pieces. And I'm going to put a little bit of bark on there as well for that flavor. I put bark on the other one. It's on the bottom. But a little fat, a little bark. Never go wrong with fat. Fat's your friend. All right, so here we go. Now, that nice relish we made, we're going right on to our tortilla with that nice relish. Get a little of those red peppers in there. Now you see why I saved this last, because I wanted to show this, plate it, and I didn't want to ruin that for you guys. All right. Now that we got that on there, just gotta clean up our plate. And we do have a very nice Mexican cheese that we're just gonna put on the top. It's a little bit similar to feta, but just a lot harder. So you really got to break it up. And there it is. And I'm definitely not going to pick this guy up for you guys right now. We're just doing presentation. And we'll go with a little bit more cheese. There we go. All right. So a couple of limes on the plate. On each side. Give them a drizzle with the lime. And we have to top it off. Sure that one's got its pepper, and this one's got a little pepper with fresh cilantro. Can't go wrong ever with fresh cilantro. Here we go. Now you guys can choose whatever salsas you want. If you want stuff to go over top. I'm not big on the sauces and the hot sauces, so that will be me. And then we got a couple of nice plantain chips over here to finish off this dish on each end. of our tortillas. All right. We're gonna add some cilantro to the plate just as garnish. And if you guys do this, it's definitely a great way to use Boston butt instead of your typical barbecue. The flavors are outstanding. Okay, and there we have it. That's our plate. We got our white rice, our bean salad. Even gonna put a little Mexican cheese on that, just to top that off. And you're good to go. Great way to spend an evening with friends and family. All right, we're gonna get organized, and we're gonna see you guys right back here. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, and there it is. Boston butt done Latin style. And if you like this video and more that are about to come, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that little bell so you get all those notifications first. This way you get the videos first. Loved having you. And until next time, gotta get my little Pitmaster's taste.